Yeah. The orange money thing have a fall. Anything you want, you can just get a check like this.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Even my school fee, that is same orange money. That is same umpa, that is same thing. Anytime I anything go up, I just pay the piao, come out.
Biggie.
You and your own power, you're always late. Yes, you're always late. With the orange money song, it can explain anything that orange money can do for us.
Orange money get song.
You come and listen to it. Anything for that matter that you can see.
I want for hash. Check that star one for hash. Check that star one for hash. Check that star one for hash.
Orange money my life simple, simple for my people. Orange money on my sinker, it got me feeling first class. Oh. With orange money I can send money to my buying ganta. With orange money, I can send money to my mind loafer. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. If you want pay for LEC or pay your school fee, brother, you can use orange money. If you want buy your credit or pay your taxes, sister, you can use orange money. Oh.
Check that star one hash. Check that star one for hash. Check that star one for hash. Check that star one for hash.
Hi, I'm Shalom Jawari. For the best in entertainment, I want you to log down to KMTV. Yes, log down to KMTV.
Bless God to be back here again. I'm D. Magnanimous to be here on your biggest online breakfast program. This is the KMTV Morning Show with me, Amos Thomas Momo. A lot of training things in our country that we are to talk about this morning on the show. As you are aware, it's from 9 o'clock to 11. And in between that time, we're going to be talking about those things affecting our countries, those things we think we can have create solution or remedies to, and we'll be finding solutions that will restitute in the best interest of Liberia and Liberians. So welcome, whatever part of the world you are, you in the USA, you in Canada, you in Europe, just whatever part of the world you are. For those of you in Liberia, our lovely viewers, I'd love to say welcome onto this presentation of the KMTV Morning Show. To continue with the rundowns of programs, we'll go across Liberia to speak with a few of our correspondents. Morning, we're going to be talking with Grand Capeman County, Clarence Pajibo, and later on we will also be talking with Nathaniel Topa from Nima County on the show here. So right after that, we're going to be ushering in our guest. Our guest is an advocate. He comes from Wake Up Liberia. We have trending important things to talk about this morning. This presentation promises to be very, very fascinating, so you won't just full missing it. So just be right there, invite someone, and you can share the video so that we can all have this conversation together. It's kind of a serious important things packaged for you onto this presentation. Mr. Emmanuel Bientanon is the CEO and founder of Wake Up Liberia. He's going to be our guest this morning as we share breakfast together. So no time to waste, you know. It's just hard to take the weekend though. But when you take the weekend to come back Monday, it's kind of a tough. But it's great to be back here. We'll go across now to Liberia, beginning with Nimba County, where our man Nat is this morning. Nat Topa is always there to have us abreast with those unfoldings in Nimba County. He's going to join us this morning from there, Nimba County this morning. So we will go over to Nathaniel Topa in Nimba County. Citizens, young people in Nimba County endorsed the senatorial bid of Edith Gongo Ware, and as it relates to that, money was raised and presented to her by the man Nathaniel Tupac going to join us this morning. The show from Nimba County. I'm hopeful he's in Ganta. He should be in Ganta or Sanikoli this morning. But let's see if we can have Nat joining us this morning from Nimba. Good morning, Nat. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Amos. Good morning to you, and good morning to all of our followers and viewers this morning.
It's kind of a difficult to come back morning, but how was the weekend?
The weekend was great. Weather was great. Now the important thing is that at least we still have breath in our nostril this morning to see a new week.
All right. Young people in Nimba endorsed the senatorial bid of Edith Gongo Ware. Tell us a little bit about that quickly.
Amos, Nimba County is a place of a serious political drama, and every day the fire keeps fueling and the heat keep blazing as the preparation is getting stronger every day ahead of the December 8th special senatorial elections. Yesterday was another drama to witness as Madam Edith Gongo Ware, our district in this clan in district number 2 that is called Gar Clan, the youth there called her yesterday to officially endorse her senatorial bid for the upcoming December 8th special senatorial elections. But while she was on her way there, another group of young people, young motorcyclists also called upon her at the Sanikoli parking because the district is in Sanikoli man, and the motorcyclists collected some money, presented it to her as a sign that they are with her a race, and they're not going to leave her, they're going to stand by her. It's something that's like unprecedented, for motorcyclists, group of cyclists to have identified with a politicians or a candidate for the upcoming elections. It was quite amazing yesterday. And then the youth in District 2, precisely in the background, said that in the race, they have seen no other person that they can, rely on to deliver them, to advocate on their behalf in the House of Senate. So based on that, they were left with no other option and without regret to endorse the senatorial bid of the madam who is the new or only female senatorial candidate for the upcoming senatorial elections here in Nimba County.
How much are we talking about or not?
Some of the money was not really disclosed, but it's something low. It's just low, but it's just like they stand on that. It could be something even less than 2,000 Liberian dollars.
Okay. And what was response coming out from Edith as it relates to a petition made by citizens?
She was shocked. Firstly, she said that she was shocked, and it was something that she did not expect from them, and this is something that has never happened to her before. But the case between the disrupt Ganta police commander or deputy commander and the family of Samuel Sarah, the 18-year-old boy who was allegedly murdered by the officer on the night of March 8th this year, Madam Roy has been one of those who have been, standing in solidarity with the family and with the motorcyclists. Even recently when the motorcyclists took to the street to raise money in order to help the family, she came there. She was one of those that mobilized and called upon other women, other people to come and join in solidarity with the motorcyclists. So for me, I think that is some of the reasons why they took that action yesterday.
Politicians. Anyway, great to have you this morning. Nat, thanks for joining us. Hoping we can have you on tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. I'm always here, and I'm always willing to be there. Thank you for keeping the program up, and thank you to the entire team. Thank you.
Nathaniel Tupac corresponds for KMTV there in Nimba County. He joined us this morning from Ganta City, Nimba County. Before we get to Clarence Bajibu, who will do it this morning as we close up the section of correspondence, as you are aware, the investigation involving the death of the 4 auditors is ongoing. The Florenza investigation is ongoing. We were anticipating to speak with the spokesperson of the Liberian National Police, who is part of that investigation. But as we stand, they are in a little, challenge. He's not able to talk to us until after probably 12 o'clock today. So we cannot talk to him today. We probably will be talking to him tomorrow. Captain of the CEO of the Moses Funeral Palette, who was also arrested. According to sources, he was arrested around the border area. We also be jumping into that as we go about our conversation this morning. on the show. So just be right there. We will go across now to Grand Cape Mount County to speak with Clarence Pajibo. Sisters here in Liberia conduct a one-day training on sexual gender-based violence in Grand Cape Mount County. We were John Clarence this morning from way there in Grand Cape Mount County. So he tell us exactly how was the training, what brought about that training, and what was response from participants as it relates to the training. Clarence corresponds for KMTV in Grand Cape Mount County. We're managing this morning to have Clarence joining us on the line. So he tell us exactly what's going on there in Grand Cape Mount County. Clarence have joined us. Good morning, Clarence. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Amos, and thanks so much to the KMTV family.
Rawasport or Tasota? Where are you right now?
I'm personally at the Liberian National Record Society here in Cape Mount chapter, where today they are conducting the action here at the stand. So I'm personally there now covering the story.
The one-day training that was held by the Sisters Liberia on sexual gender-based violence in Grand Cape Mount County. Tell us a little bit about that quickly.
Yeah, Sisters here in Liberia, they came in Ramasmok City, here in Grand Cape Mount County, and where they talk about the issues of sexual gender-based violence and the inclusion of women participation in politics. Mm-hmm. And to tell you, Amos, the officer Musa Kelly, according to him during the training, he talked with a lot of the women, the physical challenge about the issue of sexual gender-based violence. People are aware that Grand Cape County, when it comes to the Spoiler Initiative, is the fifth county that have an increased rate of sexual gender-based violence, rape cases, domestic violence assistance. Mm-hmm. So this guy, the key purpose is to sensitize our people that the issue of rape. Let us see how best that we can control it. Let us report it. This is now family issues. So if the father's mind is going to be expose it. Because the one you will save today could be your loved one, could be your mother, could be your father. And then you really put a fact to say that over the years, from past leadership, women been denied of many rights. So now, women now giving out the right now, like in made reference to Madam Eddie Johnson, who served as president, other leaders. So he encouraged the women that no, there's a time that women need to be heard. And women should be given the right. So the inclusion part is that women should be respected because they are our mother, they are our sisters, they are our loved ones. So they should include it in every activity. They should not be denied. And when you made reference to one former president that gave women the right to cast in their vote, and you also advised women that they shouldn't participate into what political violence. Okay. They should remain unviolent, but rather stand toward as it relates to development.
The one-day stakeholder awareness and consultative dialogue that was held by the Women Solidarity Incorporated in Grand Cape Mount County, how it ended?
Yeah, it ended well. And to tell you, and in a time called Masidia in Grand Cape Mount County. And the evening of that meeting, they have a legal framework. Mm-hmm. And the legal framework, they talk about the issue of the domestic violence law. Mm-hmm. The domestic violence law. They were actually sensitizing young people, they were sensitizing the old people, because the people keep coming in Grand Cape County because of the world sexual gender-based violence cases, because it continues to increase. So during the meeting, they have they have Akula both of finance, she was there, and she talked about a lot of issues about that this legal framework is going to take a serious effect. That is, men beating on women and sexual gender-based violence cases keep happening. So they try to sensitize it because when it comes down, when the law is very much enacted, it means that the law, they don't want to look at whether you are poor, whether you are young, whether you are blind, whether you are black, or rather, the law will move over with the details. So this is what we got. They sensitize them about the issue of sexual gender-based violence, and the issue of reported drug cases, and how people should behave. Take an effect in Grand Cape County, also Liberia a lot.
Thank you this morning, Clarence, for joining us. Hope we can have you on tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Chief, and I'll be well posted to bring you more information.
Thank you. Clarence Pajibo corresponds for KMTV there in Grand Cape Mount County, and that will do it this morning for correspondent. On tomorrow, we'll bring you more correspondents across Liberia. This morning, we're going to take a short break to usher in our guest, Mr. Emmanuel B. Ntanu. He's the CEO of Wake Up Liberia. We're going to be talking trending issues surrounding Liberia and Wake Up Liberia. We're going to take a short break to usher in our guest this morning.
What's up, Sissy? I need your help again.
Hope you are not about to ask me for money again.
That's exactly what I need.
Yesterday you borrowed money. Today again? Thought your brother should have sent you money. What's up with that?
He said he's caught up with work. My money. So I'm stuck up.
What age are you living in, Ali? Haven't you heard of Synthwave?
No. What is it about?
Synthwave is a mobile transfer app that enables your relatives and friends in the US to send you money directly to your mobile money account. No going to the bank to send it and no going to the bank to receive it. It comes directly to your phone. You can cash it out at any MTN mobile money vendor.
So what's the process? What do I need to do?
Call your brother to download the Synthwave app from his App or Play Store. Using KMTV as promo code, he will get $5 free. Add your MTN number and the rest is history.
Thank you very much.
See, it worked. Give me five, baby, give me five.
What's up, Sissy? I need your help again.
Hope you are not about to ask me for money again.
That's exactly what I need.
Yesterday you borrowed money. Today again? Thought your brother should have sent you money. What's up with that?
He said he's caught up with work and there's no way to get to the bank to send my money. So I'm stuck up.
What age are you living in, Ali? Haven't you heard of Synthwave?
My papi.
The only money thing have a phone. Anything you want, you can just get a check like this.
And guess what?
What?
Even my school fee. That is see orange money. That is see umpa. That is see anything. Anytime I anything go up, I just pay the piao. Come on.
Biggie.
You and your owner power, you're always late. Yes, you're always late. With the orange money song, it can explain anything that orange money can do for us.
Only money get song.
You come and listen to it. Anything for that matter that you come and see.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
I wish money made life simple, simple for my people. I wish money on my sinker. It got me feeling first class. With orange money, I can I'm buying Ganta. With orange money, I can send money to my mind lofa. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. If you want pay for LEC or pay your school fee, brother, you can use orange money. If you want buy your credit or pay your taxes, sister, you can use orange money. Oh.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
Welcome back to the show, and thanks for rejoining us this morning on the KMTV Morning Show. We have joining us this morning Mr. Emmanuel B. Ntanu. I told you he's going to be our guest. He's an advocate. He joined us this morning. We're going to be talking lots of interesting things, lots of trending things, those things affecting us in our country those things we need to solve in order to have a better Liberia. Those are things we're going to be talking about here this morning. We are glad to have Mr. Tanun as our guest on this presentation. We'd love to say thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Okay.
Like you said, I'm Emmanuel Biantano, and I'm the founder and CEO of Liberian Advocates for Change through social justice and human rights.
Okay.
So
what? Just distinguish Liberia social justice for change and that of Wake Up Liberia, because I was taking Wake Up Liberia. What is that distinction?
Well, Wake Up Liberia is a Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
WakeUpLiberia.com.
Okay.
But the name of the organization is Liberian Advocates for Change through social justice and human rights.
And what is this all about?
Well, we know the problems already in Liberia. We have a lot of issues going on that I'm not going to name, but we are here to provide solutions to these problems. Now, we all have failed miserably. As a result, today, the democratic system we have in Liberia is misguided.
Okay.
Because it's misguided, we have the issues, majority of the issues we have in Liberia today. Now, let's take, for instance, Article 1 of our Constitution. Article 1 states that all power is inherent in us. What does this actually mean? Power is inherent in us. What does it mean? It actually means that power is meant for us to create a framework of government for our safety, for our happiness. What does that imply? The implication is that we have the power in Liberia to choose the kind of government or governing system we want in this country. Now, here's the situation. The question now is, how do we know actually that the governing system we have is democratic? How do we know? We did not choose dictatorship. We have a democratic system of governance. That's what we say. That's what we vote. But then how do we know that it is active? How do we know that it works? We have to test that system. Test it.
Okay.
Now, Article 1 says, in order to ensure a democratic government which responds to the wishes of the governed, that is where we are having a problem today. We are not testing our system. Since 1847 till now, we are not testing our system. Our system is just unchecked. As a result, politicians and we the citizens are conditioned to think that politicians will come out with manifestos to tell us promises. I will do this for you. I will do that for you.
Right.
It's not in the place of the politicians to be telling us that based on Article 1. We are employers, as stipulated by Article 1. The power is inherent in us. We are supposed to be hiring our officials, our politicians. So they are employees. We are supposed to be telling them our wishes. But that's where we have fallen short. That's where we have failed, Liberian people. And that's where most of our problems are coming from. That's why people say our politicians come to us, promise us, and they don't come back. When we vote for them, they lie to us. Now, our organization, Liberian Advocates for Change through Social Justice and Human Rights, we have built a system whereby Liberians now can be able to log on that system or that platform and make their wishes, which we have not done before. This is new. This is going to revolutionize politics in Liberia. Now, let's say today you log on wakeupliberia.com, which is the website. You can make a wish. That is, you can choose whatever you want to see your government do for the next 6 years. Let's say you want road connectivity, you want good healthcare system. Whatever you want, individually, you can select that. Now, everyone is going to do that across the board, across Liberia. This is what the system is going to do. At the end of the day, it's like we are voting on issues. Let's say healthcare comes first or has the highest selection. The website is going to log that. Number one, Now, let's say maybe education comes second. The website is going to log that number 2.
Okay.
We know today the government is not able to solve all the issues or problems we have in Liberia in 6 years. It's just impossible. It's not going to happen. So we can now choose, now that we know how to make our wishes, we can now choose maybe 5 or 6 of those wishes in order of magnitude. And we are advocating for 3 laws.
Okay.
Law number 1, 2 months before we vote this time in general election, those issues, those 5 issues now have become our wishes as stipulated by Article 1. Those issues now have become national manifesto.
Yeah.
Those issues now have become job description. Now, what issues we are saying law number 1 should be submitted to an independent commission, and those issues will be notarized. Law number 2, we are saying that on inauguration day, after we shall have voted, those issues will be turned over to the incoming government. We are saying law number 3, when the incoming government comes in office, those are the issues they are going to prioritize. Those are the issues they are going to do resolve first during their tenure. In that way, no politicians will come to, or politician will come to us now and tell us that they give us big promises. I will do this for you, I will do that for you. No, their manifesto now is going to be about how they are going to resolve those issues that we, the Liberian people, the citizens, have put forth as our wishes, as Article 1 stipulated, or as it is stipulated by Article 1.
Article 1, yeah.
Now, questions that need to be answered. The laws that we are advocating for, are those laws constitutional? Yes, they are constitutional. Article 5, subsection A states that the legislature, our lawmakers, shall enact laws promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in government. And those are the things that these laws are fostering. Because if we, the Liberian citizens, are able now to say, this is what we want our government to do for the next 6 years, that is the way we are taking part in the decision-making process of our government. Now, if, let's say, 500,000, 1 million Liberians across the board are selecting healthcare, this is an issue that we all hold in common. That brings unity among us. What is this going to do? It's going to improve and make governance easier. There will be not too much protest, because is doing that. There will be no need for protest. There will be no need for insults. There will be no need for division. For the past 2 weeks since we launched this organization, we have been able to unite 14 districts in 5 counties.
Okay.
In the midst of division.
So it has been around now for like 2 weeks.
2-3 weeks since we launched.
Okay.
We've been to Zozo, we've been to, that's in Lofa County. We've been to Salaye, we've been to, Zota District in Bon County,
Okay.
Palala,
Okay.
Swakoko District, you name it.
What are some of your purpose and objectives?
What we intend to do is to unite our country. We are divided, and on social media here, people are sitting, destroying the image, tarnishing the image of the reputation of our country.
Okay.
That is not going to foster or encourage investors to come in our country. Now, we are bringing about unity, how to solve these issues to boost investors' confidence.
Okay.
So, but we are doing it in such a way that the issues that we all hold in common, we can use that to unite us, and that is what we are doing. Because let us assume you are part of a different political party. We are non-political. We are non-partisan.
Okay.
Now, think about it. You go to hospital when you are sick. I go to hospital when I'm sick. Everyone else goes to hospital when we all are sick. That's something we hold in common. Why don't you put politics aside for 1 minute and then make healthcare better?
Okay.
And this is how Article 1 says we should do it. But now the next problem now is that, what about those who are not educated? Those who don't have access to computer, those who cannot log on a website. How are they going to have their voices heard? We are also advocating that an independent commission be put in place.
Okay.
we should have responsibility not only to maintain, update, and monitor the website, but we have offices in all of the districts across Liberia, in the 15 counties. So those who cannot read and write can walk to their district's office, and employees of the commission
Who will implement that?
will be able to, well, our organization, that's something we want to work with the government to do. It has to be independent.
Okay.
This is non-political. This is the welfare of the Liberian people. So those who cannot read and write can walk to their district office, and then employees will log them on, and they will have their voices heard. We can even have a voice command. You can voice command that can even be translated in the various dialects or class. All you need to do, you listen, the options will be stated to you, and then you say what you want if you cannot read and write, and automatically the system is going to log that. That's how we are going to, this is the solution for solving the problems we have in Liberia today. Insults will not help us. The way we are voting based on premises and not on the issues has not helped us. It's not going to help us. This is how we are going to solve and develop Liberia and build our country.
With these good purposes and objectives you have outlined, do you see a restituting in the transformations of lives of Liberians and seeing government seeing interest in working with you?
Well, we are calling on every Liberian, all well-meaning Liberian. Now, these laws that we are putting forward.
So you don't need the support of government, you just need the support of Liberians.
Liberian people. Let me put it this way. We are the one wearing the shoes. Let me put it. If I'm wearing the shoes right now, let's say I have a nail in my shoe.
Sure.
It's poking me, it's hurting. The shoe on top of that is stone. I have a hole in my shoe, and the shoe is small. Let's take it this way. If I come to you as a shoe repairer, and I know that you cannot or you do not have the time to resolve all the issues with my shoes, but you give me an opportunity to select one or two issues that you will resolve during the time frame that you have. It is said, he that wears the shoes knows where it hurts most.
Sure.
I'm going to select those that are immediate to me, right? That's what we are talking about here. Is it going to be the nails? Let the Liberian people say, not politicians saying, I will do this, I will do. Liberians are the ones living in their communities. They are living in the counties, in the districts, living on the roads. Do they have bad roads? Let them say. And that's what Article 1 is saying. And that's going to guide our democratic system of governance. Because then when our leaders come in, they do as we say, because we are employers. I will not come to the studio looking for a job. And I come to you as an employee and tell you, I will do this for you, I will do that for you.
Okay.
It is not in my purview. You are the one that's supposed to be telling me, hey, this is your job description, this is how much I'm going to pay you, right? That's how it's done.
One may say the problems with Liberia is an old age problem.
Okay.
What are quick mechanism you are putting in place to making sure that we can solve some of those problems as soon as possible?
This is government we are dealing with. This is a system, democratic system.
Yeah.
You cannot change the game, or you cannot change the rules of the game.
Sure.
In the middle of the game. It's not going to work.
I love that.
So, what we are talking about, we are laying a framework for 2023.
Okay.
You cannot change anything in this government right now.
Okay.
First of all, we should have made our wishes at the beginning of the tenure, not in the middle of the tenure. Today, everything is priority. Government should prioritize healthcare. Once healthcare has been prioritized, no. Government should prioritize road connectivity. Once government focuses attention on that, no. Government should prioritize education. Government cannot function in that way. So at the end of the day, we become frustrated and start to insult and start to destroy our country. Look at the political system today, the political climate. It's toxic. Brothers are stoning each other.
Sure.
Husband and wife cannot divorce divisive politics, and we are saying no to that. So what we are saying now is that Liberians, let us lay the framework, the groundwork for 2023. Starting from 2023, no government is going to come in office and leave us empty-handed. It's not going to work. Because why? Article 1 says we should make wishes. It is constitutional, and that is what we are doing. Now, we talk about our representatives. They promise us, they don't do this. The laws that we are advocating for, thank God our representatives are lawmakers. And that's why we are going to all of the districts across Liberia, because we know every district is represented by an individual, a representative. If we are going to bring about this change, if we are going to bring about this unity among the people, it has to start from the communities. Now, Article 17, we have been conditioned to believe and understand Article 17 to be all about protest, and that's not how it is. Let me give you a clear definition of Article 17. All of us cannot speak to the government at once. That is why we hire an individual to represent us in every district. That is a representative. Article 17 is saying now, we the citizens have the right to assemble in a peaceful manner, to consult upon a common good, and then instruct our representative to petition our government. That's what Article 17 is saying. What does that mean? What does that really imply? All of us cannot talk to the government. We have a representative that we have hired. We now have the right to meet and discuss the issues that are affecting our neighborhoods and our districts. But in that meeting, we have to be peaceful. And whatever we discuss in that meeting has to be in the interest of everybody upon the common good. Okay? Now, whatever outcome of that meeting, we can now tell our representative, instruct our representative to appeal to the government on behalf of us. That's to petition the government. That's what Article 17 is also saying. But today, because we have failed, our obligation or our requirement to make wishes to our government in a democratic and an organized way, that's why we are protesting. But all the protests that we have done, what outcome do we have?
No redress.
No redress. So, and the problems we have today was not started by this government.
But that is a brilliant and a huge tax. It's a brilliant idea. It comes with a huge tax, financial, tax. How are you running this organization in terms of financial strength?
That's a very good question. So far, making research, building a platform, traveling, from county to county, logistics, it's all my funding.
Okay.
For the short time I've been here, I'm not going to give figures, but I have spent substantial amount of money. Even the platform you see, it's all my money. No one has ever come yet to sponsor or to fund us. Now, if we are able, just alone, unilaterally, if we are able at this time to unite 14 districts in 2
weeks.
In 2 weeks. Imagine with the logistics and funding, what we can do in Liberia in 6 months to a year. Liberia is going to be a paradise. Liberia is going to be envy of Africa, if not the world.
How can one be a part of this movement?
Well, right now we are calling on everyone to join us, volunteer. We need people to come to our workshops, train you, go out door to door, spread this message. Right now what we need is massive awareness. Once Liberians get to understand our message, I guarantee, in fact, everywhere we have gone so far, Liberians love this. Every radio station I've been on, Liberians call and say, thank you. We are praying for you. This is what we need. Please don't become a sellout, because people come with good ideas. At the end of the day, they are bought by politicians. So, and that's a concern of the people. I shouldn't sell myself. This is going to liberate and develop, build our country. Please don't sell yourself.
Okay. Now, like you are saying, the mentality of we Liberians is that many a times people will come out with good ideas, good suggestions, and later on twist the other way. Do this organization or this movement have any political driven?
That's no. We are not. We are non-partisan. As I have said from the beginning, this is not politically driven. We are non-partisan. I'm not part of any political group, and we intend not to be part of any political group. This is for the welfare of the Liberian people. It is because of that this particular organization was founded. Because I sat there and saw how the fragile peace that we have, the international community is heavily invested in the peace that we have today. But someone will come with protest. Someone will come, people are stoning. I mean, that is not good for the image of our country. It's not good for us. So my question was, before going into this, what can I do? Looking at other countries, comparatively, our neighbors, we are the oldest democracy in this part of the world. But why can't we go forward? Why can't we develop? Why are we divided? Those are the questions I wanted to answer. Come up with solution. We already know the problems. Right now, you log on Facebook or social media, people talk about the problem every day. On the radio stations, people talk about the problems all the time. But what is the solution? That was my goal. And that's how, through my research, I was able to come out with this solution. How we can be able now to tell our government what we want, which is our constitutional right. That's what Article 1 says. We have to test the system that we have.
Okay. Now, there's other trending issues in our country taking into consideration, though this is, new idea. But have your organization spoken about some of these issues, like rape
issues? Our primary focus right now is to put these laws on the books.
Okay.
Because once we have these laws, today I can talk about rape, but who's going to listen to me? No one. The next thing is that this entire initiative is going to be overshadowed by politics. Amanda, I wait. So, I will also talk about the TRC report. That also becomes political. Who's going to listen to me? But once the Liberian people are putting forth their grievances, their wishes according to Article 1, and this is law. And this law, everyone is going to know, every Liberian is going to know these three laws. You want the rape issue to reduce or have severe punishment? Liberian people themselves will say, at that time, you're not going to fight with anybody. There's no interest. You can say yourself, just go on the platform, say what you want.
Okay.
If I support your idea, I'm going to select it. If another person supports it, maybe a different county, wherever we are, we can select it. If it comes at our top, that becomes a job description. That becomes our wish for the next government to implement. If you want, or we want now, our employees, our public servant, for example, representative, you want your representative salary to be reduced from whatever it is, maybe 10,000, 15,000 to 3,000, you don't have to fight with me. I don't have to fight with you. All I need to do, go on that platform. I'm paying my representative. I want to pay him 3,000, not 15,000.
Okay.
If you support me, wherever you are, I don't have to know you. Just let it. If that comes first, 2 months before election, those that are vouching for that particular position will know that I'm going for this job. I'm going to be paid $3,000. And when they come in office, there will be no need for fight.
There is no time late for advocates. You can start it now. Even when you started yesterday, you continue today. What have been the stand of this movement in terms of the 4,000 diplomatic passport that was issued to people that were termed as non-Liberian?
Like I said, for that also becomes political.
Okay.
Because of interest. Our primary focus right now is to put those laws on the books. To be able, we have taught the Liberian people how to make wishes. And that's what, once Liberian people understand how to make their wishes. And we have these laws to turn our wishes, which is the requirement that we have met, turn it into a responsibility of our government through putting these laws on the books. Everything in Liberia is going to change. This is tangible change. Change that people can relate to. It's not change in a heart or based on promises. This is change that Liberian people themselves are making. So, when it comes to all the issues we have now, the system as it is, nothing is going to change. Because our political system right now, our democratic system right now, it is misguided. It's not tested. So, once we make our wishes, as Article 1 says, our politicians or our leaders, if they are democratic, respond to our wishes. In order to ensure a democratic government which responds to the wishes of the governed. That's Article 1. We make our wishes. That's what we didn't know. That's where we have failed for the past 173 years. Now we know how to do it. And that's what our organization is providing for the public, for the citizens of Liberia. And this is our recommendation. Now that we know how to make our wishes, those wishes are now going to be turned into a responsibility. That's why we are saying we want these 3 laws. Once that is on the books, all other issues now that we have is no longer going to be political. It's going to be a job description. It's going to be a wish. And that's how our government is going to function. This is the solution to building Liberia. Because what? Governance is going to be easier. Even politicians running campaign is going to be cheaper. When politicians come with their manifesto, they are going to be answering the questions as to how they are going to resolve the issues that we have, our national manifesto, the job descriptions that we put forward, our wishes. How are they going to resolve that? Politicians coming with their manifesto, it's not about, I will do this for you, I will do this for you. No, it's about, I have done my research. I want you to vote for me. But on the line of healthcare, these are the companies, I think, when you hire me, will do the best for Liberia. They will bring this type of equipment, and these are top of the line equipment. They will train our healthcare sector or our health practitioners. On top of that, this is what it's going to cost. It's going to be cheaper for the Liberian people. Those are the kind of detailed manifesto we are going to get from our politicians this time. It's not about promises. You can truck people from different districts to this district today, but at the time, we are Liberians, because when we say road connectivity, it's going to be all major highways across Liberia. When we say good healthcare, we're talking about all major hospitals in every county. Who's going to lose? Even if I didn't go on that website, my political party didn't win. I know for sure I have nothing to lose, because if road is done, it's not limited to the party that won. What is going to happen? Competition in Liberia, because the ruling party now will want to fight hard, resolve all the issues that the Liberian people have put forth as their wishes, and do additional 1 or 2 so that we can be even happier to get them to re-elect them, right? Who wins? Liberian people. What happens to investors? Their confidence go up, because now Liberians are together and we are united. We are developing our country.
Now, let's go the other way small. You have been following the proceedings of this government. And how you think this government is proceeding?
Well, I'm going to be very blunt. I don't want to get into politics. And with the system we have today, if this government builds one road, this government is being magnanimous. This government is being very nice to us. Because what can you hold this government by? Tell me one. If they told you they were going to build roads, and they don't build roads, they do not build a road, what are you going to hold them by? Do you have anything that you have given them as in written from the Liberian people, a national manifesto as stipulated by Article 1? Do we have that?
No.
We voted based on promises. So if the government does anything positive in Liberia today, they are being very nice to us. We just have to say thank you. So in order to have our government work for us, We have to give them the job description, and that is the framework we are laying for 2023.
Do you also see something lacking in this government?
A lot of things are lacking.
What are some of them?
That I cannot mention. Because why? Those things are lacking now, have been lacking since 1847. It's not today. So it's not this government's problems.
Okay.
The problems that we have in Liberia, it is our problems because we failed our responsibility or our requirement to make wishes to our government. If we had this system in place 20 years ago or before this government got in power, do you think we'll be talking what we are saying now? No. Because if the government had come in and our national agenda or manifesto or our wishes has stated that we wanted good healthcare and good economy, do you think this government will be doing something else other than what we said? No. If they did, then Article 1 says at that time in such manner, they are not being democratic. The people shall have the right to cause their public servants to leave office. Stipulated by Article 1. How can we implement Article 1 today? What are you going to hold your representative by? What are you going to hold your government officials by to cause them to leave office? We have nothing because we failed. And that is what we need to correct. And this is the solution we are providing to the Liberian people.
The senatorial election, the midterm senatorial election is scheduled for December 8th.
December 8th.
And as we gear towards that, you are following the proceedings. There have been lots of electoral violence. What have been your call to the NEC? I don't want to say the government, the NEC.
Well, my call to all Liberians is this. Join us. Let us make our wishes. If we do not do this, if we do not put this system in place, these solutions, these recommendations that our organization, Liberian Advocates for Change through Social Justice and Human Rights, these recommendations we are putting forth, if we do not put this in place for 2023, imagine how Liberia is going to be. Today, we have division. Husband and wife don't talk to each other because of politics. Brothers are stoning each other because of politics. You imagine Liberia 2023 if we don't have this system in place. This is our constitutional right. This is what we are required to do by Article 1. If we do not do it, we have been to war before. We pray that we don't go back there. I'm still traumatized by that. That's why we came up with this solution. So I'm calling on all Liberians, put politics aside. Let us implement this. Let us meet up with our requirement.
Citizens have threatened to boycott the referendum aspect of the elections on ground that there were not adequate awareness and education given them. The issue that has, I know you know that the issue that has to do with the reduction of representative tenure, president, and the dual citizenship. What's your take from your social advocate aspect towards that?
All of those issues today are political. All of those issues are political. But once we put this system in place, it becomes non-political. The noise we are having today is not going to exist anymore. That's why we are here to provide solutions to those problems. What is going to happen then? Are you in favor of reduction in tenure? You don't have to talk to me about it. I don't have to talk to you about that. All I need to do, go to the system and put in my wish. I want the tenure of my representative to be reduced from 6
to 5,
or 4 or 3. That's it. I can do it right in my living room, in my bathroom, on my farm, wherever. You don't have to know what I said.
Sure.
It's democratic. That is my freedom of speech. This is our country. If you agree with me, when you go to the system, you are going to select what I have selected. Someone in Lofa County is going to select what you and I have selected. That's democracy. That's unity. That's something we hold in common, right? We are united around a common goal. And if that gets the highest selection, that is going to be locked, number one. 2 months we vote, that's going to be turned over to an independent commission.
Okay.
Do you see how we are solving the problems?
Yeah.
So we are not going to be fighting each other now. In terms of salary reduction, we don't need to fight. All we need to do, go to the system. I want my representatives' salary to be reduced from this amount to this amount. I don't have to fight with you.
I think this is not about politics.
No.
Your responsibilities is to point out losses in our society. Do you see something lacking from the NEC after they have asked all candidates to hold on the issue of campaigning until further date is announced? You see other candidates out there, I can name him, Thomas Fowler, have his billboard with the president on it, and other candidates are still waiting for the pronouncement from the NEC. Why do you see that as?
Well, personally, our organization is not focused on those issues.
Okay.
Because what is going to happen, like I have earlier on stated, what is going to happen, once we the Liberians have all of these issues will be resolved. Because once Liberians, if I talk today, who's going to hear me?
Liberians.
Yes, I mean, on the issue of NEC or this political party or this government, who's going to really hear me? We can sit here and talk about them all day. People will watch us all day. That is not going to change anything in Liberia. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So what we are focused on right now is how to get the Liberian people to make the wishes and how those wishes can be turned into a responsibility. Once that is done, look, NEC, political parties, whatever it is, it will all be resolved right on the system.
Okay. What's your fear as Liberian, or typical patriotic Liberian, when in 8 days 4 auditors lost their lives? What have been your call? What is ringing alarms in your mind?
Well, it's for me, it's unfortunate, and I can't say, coincidence, but for me personally, it's scary.
Okay.
That's all I can say. It's scary. I do not have evidence to point my finger to any particular individual that is the cause of death. I don't know that. I don't know who's responsible. But death is, regrettable.
Okay.
It's unfortunate. And my condolences go to the family members. But in terms of who did what, who's responsible, that's not my call because I do not have the evidence.
What do you think needs to be done from the standpoint of the government to making sure that some of those mysterious deaths can be laid to rest?
Well, from the point of the government, we are talking about security issue now.
Okay.
Right? Good security, and people are talking about good justice system. Those are the problems.
Okay.
This is a solution we're providing. Let us put a platform in place. When you say you want good security system, and that comes first, the government is going to be invested heavily in security for the next 6 years.
Okay.
In that way, what has happened, you will have a quick, timely result in terms of investigation, because people will be equipped, technology will be advanced in Liberia to make sure the cause of death, who was around, maybe cameras, like it is done in the United States today. All of those systems will be put in place, or those systems will be put in place. But how do we have the government focus on putting in place those systems when we ourselves have failed our requirement to make a wish?
So someone is asking, what I'm asking all these questions when you have said you are not into politics. Yes, he's not into politics, but his responsibility is to point out lapses in society or point out some of the lapses. It's not about politics or how you may term it, but his responsibility, it is against that I'm asking some of these questions. He's Mr. Emmanuel Bientano. He joined us this morning on the show, and I think we're having a very fascinating discussion. He has brought a lot of education, and these are very, very interesting things that I think all Liberians should follow. We're going to take a short break to come right back here on the show.
My papi.
The only money thing have a fall. Anything you want, you can just get a check like this.
And guess what?
What?
Even my school fee. That is see orange money. That is see umpa. That is see anytime I see go up, I just pay the piao. Come on, biggie. You and your own power, you're always late. Yes, you're always late. With the orange money song, it can explain anything that orange money can do for us.
Orange money get song.
You come and listen to it. Anything.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
Orange money make life simple, simple for my people. Orange money on my sinker, it got me feeling first class. Oh. With orange money, I can send money to my buying ganta. With orange money, I can send money to my mind loafer. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. If you want pay for LEC or pay your school fee, whether you can use orange money. If you want buy your credit or pay your taxes, use orange money. Oh.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
Hi, I'm Shalom Jawari. For the best in entertainment, I want you to log down to KMTV. Yes, log down to KMTV.
Welcome back to the show. Tano, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm here.
How is it going on?
Well, it's going very well. Very, very well. Because I know Liberians are listening, Liberians are learning, and I think Liberians are interested in this because this is something that is going to make Liberia better.
The situation, let's leave Liberia a bit. The situation in Guinea and Nigeria, what's your perspective if it continues and what you see coming?
Well, what I see happening in Guinea, Nigeria, proves or shows to me is an evidence that we are all in the same boat.
Okay.
It's a problem. The problem of Liberia is a problem across Africa. Problems with our politicians. Now, I learned from someone the other day that this platform, Liberian Advocates for Change, is even being discussed on some of the stations in Ghana.
Yeah.
They want to adapt this. They want to adapt this system.
Okay.
Now, when this system works in Liberia, I believe very strongly that Ghana, Guinea, Nigeria, the neighboring countries are going to follow the format of Liberia, because this is going to develop our country. This is going to bring unity among us, and they are going to emulate us. So for now, I don't know their constitution. I don't know what actually is unfolding in their democracy or in their governing system. But once this system is put in place in Liberia and it is working,
other people want to follow suit.
Like I told you, in Ghana right now, I learned from someone in Ghana watching or listening to radio in Ghana. Our platform is being discussed. They want to implement this. So once this works in Liberia, I believe very strongly that other African countries or countries around the world that are in the same political dilemma with us will join this particular, will adapt this platform. I believe it very strongly because this is a nation building approach. And this is just giving the power to the people, and that's where it belongs. The preamble of our constitution says that we the people, we form the government. And it is a government that is supposed to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. The current system as it is, because we have failed our requirement to make wishes, there's a total disconnect between us and the government. We the citizens, our problems, there's a total disconnect. When we vote, that's why it is. We vote today, that's it. Because now we have failed, politicians can come to us and get our vote for $20 US, half bag of rice. I mean, you think about it.
As cheap as
you
that.
ask people today, why do you vote? 90% of Liberians don't even know why they vote. We voted to elect our leaders. Is that all you vote for? No. So, my people, let us change this. Let us change this. And that's why we have come to you with the solution. Join us. If you want to call us, in Liberia, 0886-966-075. Or log on our website, wakeupliberia.com. Make your wishes. Support us. Let us make Liberia a better place, a paradise, an heaven for Africa.
Okay, now the president made, can I say appointment or reshuffling? Whatever way you want to term it. What's your take to those reshuffling or appointments that were made?
Well, I am not the president. I don't know why the president reshuffled or appointed those in those offices. But this is my take. If we have the system that we are talking about, we are proposing or recommending to the Liberian people, if we have that system in place, right, this is what's going to happen. Before even the government is, or before the president appoints anyone in any office, that particular individual must have been vetted and have the credentials, and the president will be having the 100% assurity that the person that is going to be appointed is going to do the job to the best of his ability. Because why? It's a job description from the Liberian people. If he doesn't, we can ask them to leave office. But for now, the president can appoint whomever he wants, whether qualified or not.
Because
we have failed our responsibility to make wishes. We do not have a job description.
But Mr. Tano, similar with the code of conduct, you still haven't laws that guide elected officials, right, and ministers as it relates to the code of conduct, and they are still breach of the code of conduct.
Very good.
They are still breach of the code of conduct. So with this very good idea, this brilliant idea that you are bringing forth, how do you see it working?
Good. Code of conduct. My question is, how many of us Liberians know the code of conduct? We do not. Laws. It's going to be across Liberia. Liberians are going to know these 3 laws to their fingertip. So now, politicians will be forced. There are good laws on the books today, but those laws are not being adhered to. But with these 3 laws, I can guarantee you, those laws that are on the books now will be implemented, will be enforced. Because why? If our job description require certain laws to be enforced that are on the books already, trust me, those laws are going to be enforced. Because why? Our job description needs to be resolved.
Okay.
But today, we don't know the code of conduct. But when we have the laws in place from us, because of our job description, those code of conducts will come out. We would know.
Do you see the issue of protest being the only way to address or ask your government to do things that they are not doing?
Protest. You know, Albert Einstein said, if you do one thing over and over and over repeatedly and expect a different outcome, that's just a definition of insanity.
Okay.
We have protested. Not just this government. We have protested, during previous administration.
Yeah.
We, if I went to war, that was a form of protest. What do we have? Division, hatred. You think about it, insults, poverty. Is this what we want? Do we continue to do that and expect different results? It's not going to work. But under this system, when we say protest, we're going to yield fruits. Because why? When one person says protest, it's going to be the entire nation.
Okay.
That means maybe the government was supposed to do X, Y, and Z, and the government did not do it. And that X, Y, and Z is affecting the entire country. Because when we say road connectivity now, it's all major highways in every county, which fosters or satisfies Article 7. The resources of this nation should be evenly distributed or equally distributed.
But Mr. Tano, you are so confident about this system. What make you so trust in this system? Have you seen it working in other parts of the world?
Just from my research.
Okay.
I don't know about other parts of the world because I don't know their constitution. But I know our constitution.
Okay.
It's because Constitution says this, that it is required of us to do. Okay. We haven't done it for the past 173 years. We know where we are. I'm confident because Liberians, everywhere that have listened and understood our method, love this. I am confident because I know for sure that it is going to work in Liberia, and this is the only solution. If we want to develop Liberia, we want to compare this country with the United States, Britain, wherever. This is the only solution. And I can say that emphatically. Let me be blunt. Liberian people, if we do not implement this particular platform or put in this system, 2023 Liberia is going to be ungovernable. We see protests going on now. Let's assume this government doesn't win the next election 2023. Trust me, it's going to be chaotic. I'm confident this is going to work.
Okay.
The evidence is, in 2 weeks, if we can unite 14 districts in 5 counties in the midst of division, I'm confident Liberians love this.
He's confident that Liberians love this and they will work with it and actually will bring some transformation in Liberia. Now, the issue of there are people that participated in the war.
Okay.
They still live around here, majority of whom were given elected positions, and the masquerade street boast about still denying the issue of the War Crime Code. But I want you to just give me your own side of the War and Economic Crime Code establishment to Liberia. Do you see it as something important that when it is established here, it will bring some difference, positive change to our country?
Well, if you read the TLC report, there are recommendations in that report. Now, it all comes back to the platform we are talking about.
Yeah.
Because if the Liberian people had a say regarding those recommendations, there are certain people that are in governmental positions now would not have been in those positions. But that would have come from the Liberian people if we had this particular platform in place.
Yeah.
But can you do that today? No. You cannot. So, I went through the war. I was affected by the war, and I'm still traumatized by the war.
Okay.
Let's say, for instance, I'm walking in the street and see someone who actually treated me so badly during the war. It's just going to bring back memory. It's going to hurt me.
Okay.
Let alone somebody who now has political power in my district, in my town, who actually probably might have killed my father or my relative.
Okay.
I grieve, but I don't have power. What can I say? You know what? That makes Liberians depressed, traumatized more. And you see Liberians behave. Look, let us put this platform in place. All of those things will change. When you say, when that person is able to log on that platform and say, hey, those who participated in the war or brought destruction upon us should not be holding political office or should not lead us.
Okay.
Look, if you agree with him or her, he will select that. And that's not about politics. That's not about fighting among ourselves. When that comes on top, that becomes a job description. That becomes a national manifesto. Do you think now, when Liberians are, they are going to vote for such individual if he has contested? No, Liberians will not do it. And the point that we are making to bring war crimes code, that would be null and void because we will not need it.
Okay.
We won't need it because Liberians will be able to make that judgment. You can grab this person, put him in jail, yes, but is it going to bring back the lives of the people that have been destroyed? No, but the painful part about it is that those who did that are leading us. That hurts. But now Liberians will be able to make that decision on that platform.
Liberians will be able to make that decisions through this.
Through our platform.
Liberian.com.
Because
Now,
we make wishes there.
So we conclude now with you. How can, like, I firstly ask you, how can one be a part? What do you have your head office?
Right now we have, like I said, every resources and everything is my initiative. So instead of having an office in Monrovia where we have to pay, we need that money to carry on awareness.
Okay.
So our head office is in Banga Bon County right now, which I have a massive building that I'm putting up. I can leave that and then rent somewhere else when I need that money to create awareness. So we are in Banga right now, but we intend to have offices in all of the districts across Liberia, so that we can be able to foster the how we call this wishes making process for those who cannot read and write, those who do not have the computer, those who do not have internet service. We intend to be in every district so that we can help.
So whether you can read or write, you can be part of this.
You should be able to make your wishes on the website.
And you can be part of this.
Yes.
How many members now are we talking about?
Right now, people are volunteering.
Okay.
So I can't really count the number of people we have right now.
All right.
But people are volunteering. They come to our place. We are intending to start doing workshops to people. But we cannot do all of that by ourselves. So that's why we are asking everyone, international community, even the government, no matter what political party or what political group you are part of, join us. This is not about politics, this is about Liberia. This is about our people. Come and join us. Don't just bring politics. Forget, we don't want that. But the welfare of the Liberian people. Come and join us. You have money, fine. We will take it.
In terms of
preach politics.
In terms of reaching out to you, maybe you could just announce your number and your email or your WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is wakeupliberia.com.
That's the website, wakeupliberia.com.
Okay.
But in Liberia here now, you want to call us, you can call us on 0886 966 075. Those are calling from the United States, they know the code.
Okay.
The Liberia, country code but the number here is 0886 966 075. My people, join us. Let's put it the Liberian way. This is how we're going to develop our country. Anything apart from this, my people, we have been there. It's not working.
Mr. Tano, thanks so much for sharing breakfast with us this morning. I think we have discussed a lot, and there are lots of things that you have brought. This is a very interesting platform that myself will want to be a part of.
Thank you.
Because the transformation in this country depends on all of us, most especially we as the young people. And the only way we can do it, it is by all of us coming together and bring ideas that will restitute in the developmental aspect of our country. I want to say thanks so much for joining us. Hoping we can have another time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. He's Mr. Emmanuel Bientano from Lofa, though myself too from Lofa. So that is son. It was a great time having all of you joining us this morning on the show. On tomorrow, we're going to be back here with another fascinating presentation of the KMTV Morning Show. Thanks to our viewers. Thanks to those of you who shared the video, those who came in with their little comments. Thanks to the technical team here, and thanks to the management as well for this initiative. Until tomorrow, we'll be back here with another presentation. My name is Amos Thomas Momo, bidding you a pleasant rest of Monday from Liberia.
My papi.
The only money thing number 4. Anything you want, you can just get a check like this.
And guess what? What? You my school fee. That is see orange money. That is see umpa. That is see thing. Anytime I see go, I have to the piao. Come on. My piggy. You and your own power, you're always late. Yes, you're always late. With the orange money song, it can explain anything that orange money can do for us.
Orange money get song.
You come and listen to it. Anything for that matter that you come and see.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
I wish money more life simple, simple for my people. I wish money on my sinker. It got me feeling first class. Oh. With orange money, I can send money to my buying danta. With orange money, I can send money to my mind lofa. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. Just that star 144 hash. Follow the instruction and do what you want. If you want pay for LEC or pay your school fee, brother, you can use orange money. If you want buy your credit or pay your taxes, sister, you can use orange money. Oh.
Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash. Check that star 144 hash.
Hi, I'm Shalom Jawari. For the best in entertainment, I want you to like down TV. Yes, like down to KMTV.